Absolutely. That's amazing, all the things you said. I mean, that's been the vibe that I've gotten, and I've been, just honestly, I love the song. It's always been one of my favorites, but, uh, I to be completely honest, I wasn't in the Twilight world until just recently. It's because of this song, and it's been an amazing, journey, and I'm looking forward to where it goes. But and this song definitely has its own, it's got its own legs, and it's brought, everybody together with this. But the way that it happened was, I was noticing on MySpace and some other areas that like my plays were going up, and I was getting emails, and I was like, where is this coming from? All these people coming from. So I kind of did some research, and I found that this person, I forget their name now, just randomly used my song in this YouTube video. It was just a track listing for the soundtrack, and I guess they tried to use one of the major artists, and YouTube muted them. So they used my song, and it went from like 150,000 views to like, I don't know, 600,000 or 700,000 in a matter of like a month or so. So I started getting all of these emails and comments, and like you said, I mean, it was just nothing but positive stuff, and I was like, man, there might be something to this, because like I said, I hadn't seen Twilight, I didn't read the book, so I immediately, literally went straight and watched the movie, and went by myself. There was nobody that was with me. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go check this out. And I just got chills because I had that song in my mind. I was like, man, this really does work together. And that's so crazy because I had written the song over a year before that. So that's kind of where it came from, and those comments and those emails are kind of what opened my eyes to the story, and why I needed to start taking it serious, because there was something to it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just to give you guys a heads up, that song now has over 800,000 views on YouTube, and it's getting more and more popular as the days go. And if you go to this person's YouTube page, unfortunately I don't know their name either, all these comments are about, was this song on the Twilight soundtrack? Was it in the movie? Where can I find it? I need the lyrics. I need the name of the song. And it's over and over and over again. So that's awesome. Now, when you listen to it, there's really powerful lyrics. Things like "You Wrecked My World," things that you can really not only apply to Twilight, the book, the movie, all of that, but you can apply it to real everyday situations. You can apply it to other movies that you've watched, other books that you've read. I mean, it's really a universal song. So did that song come from a personal past experience, or was it just something that you felt like you had to write or something at the time?
Well, another line, before I get into that, another line was the beginning of the chorus is, "Your eyes surprise me every time." Like, when I heard that, I was like, wow, that kind of fits in a lot of ways to this. That's one of the things that gave me chills. But as far as the song, it's interesting because it's one of the few songs that I don't pull directly from a distinct personal experience. I wrote it with my brother, actually, and we just decided, let's write a love song, but let's not write the typical love song. Let's write something that's a little bit outside of the box, with some words and some ways of saying things that are interesting. And it's interesting because that's kind of, the lyrics are kind of what gives it kind of that connection with Twilight, because Twilight is an outside the box story as well, as you all know.
Yeah, and it's, for me, the song is simple, which is why I can relate. And I don't want simple to come off as negative in any manner. I mean, you just want to keep listening, and they just stick in your head, and the melody, it just stays with you. Like, you just want to keep on singing it over and over again, and it's catchy. And like, if somebody listened to it and they were just like, that was a good song, I'm like, listen to it again, because the next time you listen to it, you're going to go, that's a great song, not just good. And so I know that May 24th, which was actually my birthday, you launched the whole, let's write a new song for the New Moon soundtrack. And so I want to find out uh, your the responses to all that, and I'm going to get into it. I'm going to let Kim from Calling Boys Anonymous get into that. But I just want to keep congratulating you on this song, and I am excited to find out where you will go. So before I keep rambling, I'm going to hand it over to Kim, and she's gonna talk to you about the future of your music and what you want to see with your music and the collaboration of New Moon and all that.
Hi, Josh. I was going to ask you about your reaction, like specifically to the New Moon trailer, and if that helped you get any more inspiration for writing your song.
Excellent question. You know, it didn't really, because it was what I was kind of expecting. It was a pretty basic, kind of vibey, emotional, kind of dark strings, which is kind of what I was expecting. I didn't, because I know they haven't licensed, or they haven't decided on any songs. I was kind of hoping for some sort of, like a song, like an artist, to kind of get where they wanted to go direction-wise. But it was pretty basic, and that's actually one of the questions that I asked last night about on the poll question at SeegersonStereo.com is what did you guys think about the trailer? And it was there's 3 answers, and 2 of them were was there even music playing, and no, it didn't really do anything for me, and that's kind of where things are going. So I don't think it did give me much of a direction, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing yet.
All right, well that's good. Yeah, so you're kind of still open. Oh, the last poll question I saw that you had up, you asked about how emotional, like which part in the book was more emotional for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what I'm going to write about, because I think, just like again is like Jess was saying, it's a simple, kind of universal concept. I think that's where the song is going to eventually go. But I want to try to get specifics from you guys that know the story so well, you know, what you guys are thinking and what really connects with you guys as far as what type of emotion. Because kind of the point of that question is there's really 3 types of emotions in each one of those scenes. So I wanted to see really what type of emotion you guys connected with, as opposed to specifically which part. So I kind of tricked you.
Yeah. Well, and Edward, I mean, the part about when Edward and Bella leaves the forest was the winner, I noticed, so.
Absolutely. And even in the trailer, it was kind of the focal point. So I was definitely expecting that, and that's probably not a bad thing. That's probably good emotion to pull from, that sadness.
So what's your plan? Like, how do you have a lot more questions you're going to be asking the fans? You know, is there a deadline that you have for getting everything compiled by? Or, and also the second part of that question would be, what have you heard as far as when the songs are going to be chosen for the soundtrack?